How you play games is how you do everything. It sounds a little dumb and clickbait at first, but in this video, I kind of want to talk about what that really means and what you and I can do with that information to make some positive changes in our lives. And I'm going to refer to some recent experiences I've had and some things I reflected on in the past few weeks. So recently I've been playing Cyberpunk for the first time because a lot of my friends mentioned how good the new DLC with Idris Elba is. And as a fan, it was a no-brainer. The catch is the DLC doesn't start until later in the game, and a lot of people recommend that you finish most of the content in the base game before you start it. No problem for me though, I thought. I've been meaning to give the game a try, which I wrote off when it first came out due to how bad it looked at launch. I jumped in and instantly I was like really into it. I think I clocked in like 30 hours in a week, which is a lot considering I got other obligations. By like week 2 though, I started to slow down cuz I was just getting bored of it. A few days later, other games and things started to grab my attention and I dropped the game before I even got to the DLC. What Cyberpunk did do for me though was make me want to watch John Wick again after seeing virtual Keanu Reeves do his thing. And that's where I heard this quote.
How you do anything is how you do everything. Call it the first and the last rule of life.
At first I was thinking like, damn, this guy sounds sinister as hell. But then my next thought was, does this quote have any truth to it? And if it did, then it would also mean that the way I play games mirrors the way I do everything, the way I live life. And I sat there for a while and thought, damn, yeah, I think that tracks. Now I'm not saying that the quote means that since I played a ninja with a katana in Cyberpunk that I studied the blade in real life. What it's saying is that our actions, big or small, quick or slow, tend to follow a pattern. It means in general, people think and act in a consistent way. We're all creatures of habit. If you're a meticulous planner in life, chances are you game the same way. Or if you're a really aggressive risk taker in life, you probably play Jet in Valorant and bottom frag. Unfortunately, in my case, since I'm the type of person that always finds some shiny new game to play, jumps wholly into it, and then gets bored and moves on without completing it, it means that's how I am in real life. And it sucks cause it's pretty much true. I'm like a serial starter. I get interested in the idea of some hobbies and projects, and I start out really excited, but then I burn out. Like, I don't know why it's so hard for me to stick to something for a long period of time or until I complete it. It's kind of like this channel too. You can clearly see how frequent I was posting at the beginning, and then I had my first video cross 1,000 views, and then I just slowed down a bit. Just while making this video, I had the urge to play Hades 2 and also learn how to draw. Like, I don't even know what that is. And I think that's why this quote stood out to me. Another way I realized that this quote holds some truth, during the tail end of my time with Cyberpunk, I started rushing through quests so I could get to the DLC. The game started to feel like this long to-do list, and I just kept pushing through, only thinking about the DLC. Go here, shoot this guy, jump off that, drive here, loot this. And I mean, at times, that's kind of how real life has felt too. Lately, I've been feeling the pressure again of completing and achieving these things that society has decided are the main story quests. Right now, if I had a quest tracker floating in my head, it would say, get generational wealth, start a family, find your purpose in life. And I've been trying to achieve these things, just like Cyberpunk, without much thought at all. And I'm straight up not enjoying it. I'm too focused on getting to the end. I need to go here, do this, kiss up to this manager, buy this stuff to keep progressing in life. I wasn't always obsessed with meeting these expectations though, just like how I didn't always rush through game content. I remember my first time as a kid playing Skyrim, wandering wherever my curiosity took me, and coming across these really fun side quests and locations that made the world feel more lived in. I'd check out every cave I stumbled on and talk to every NPC. I had zero concern for the dragon that was going to end the world cause I was out here hanging out with the companions, trying to become a werewolf. My gaming style back then mirrored my outlook in life. I was still a curious kid discovering how I fit in the world. Side quests, main quests, it didn't really matter. I didn't know it, but back then I was practicing being present and enjoying my time with the game. And I need to be more like my younger self in that respect. The good thing is that we can use the fact that we act and think consistently to make small tweaks in our life and snowball them into bigger, more impactful changes. I mean, there's even a whole book on this called Atomic Habits, which you've probably heard about if you're into the self-help niche. You plant a small seed of change and you just stay consistent with it till the seed roots and boom, you got a big tree. If I want to become someone who commits to hobbies and personal projects and sees them through, then I need to start by finishing what I set out to do in video games. And if I want to get back to enjoying everyday life and not be lost in my head about these lofty plans, then I can start by not rushing through game content and instead just taking it slow, finding the fun in the moment-to-moment gameplay. And the idea is, if I make those changes in something as small as how I play games, then it can start to affect the way I read books, the way I work, the way I dedicate time and energy to things that matter to me, and the way I live life. So that's been the challenge I've set for myself. If you have big ambitions like becoming more of a leader or being more adaptable, the best way to start is by starting small and staying consistent. If you want to be more kind, then you gotta stop the urge to flame these people that you are playing with. These small tweaks that we can make while we play games can end up being much more impactful in the long run. Because how you do anything is how you do everything. Cool? Thanks for watching, y'all. Please like and subscribe. Later.